guys, welcome to Rohit Shah Canada Blogs, and thank you for giving huge support and subscribing to this channel. And I hope I'm making you guys comfortable with the online classes while sharing my experience regarding online classes. And in my initial two videos regarding my experience, I explained you guys regarding how the online classes are conducted, how to enroll for it, and whether it is good or not. So this is in continuation of my previous video. So this is experience 3, and many of you guys have tried to contact me regarding the midterms and exams, how it will be conducted and everything. So this video is mainly regarding the midterms. So I have already attended 2 midterms, one for accounts and the second one also is for statistics. So in this video I would like to share the experience of mine, and if you haven't seen my previous video, like the platforms experience 1 and experience 2, go watch that video. It will be very helpful, and it is in continuation with this video will gonna be in continuation of that video. So if you get if you watch all the 3 videos, you will have an overall idea like whether I should go for online classes or not. So let's start with the midterm, right? So the number of midterms, how many midterms will be conducted in a semester? So it depends on the faculty, I would say, because the faculty is the person who decides whether they want to conduct a midterm, how many midterms are there. So I would like to share my experience. In my course, there are 3 courses I have taken. That is one accounts, economics, and the statistics, right? So in 2 of the subjects there are 2 midterms, right? So the weightage of midterm will also be decided by the faculty. And if in economics there is only 1 midterm, right? So the total score, just for an example, it is 100%, right? So the weightage of midterms and assignments and quizzes will also be decided by the faculty, right? So in one of my course, the midterm 1 and midterm 2 consist of or 40% of the syllabus, and the portion of final examination is 30%, and 30% is assigned to the assignments and quizzes that we will have to upload on a regular basis and submit to the faculty on each and every chapter. They used to assign assignments that with the deadline, and we need to submit that assignment on time, right? So midterms will be managed by faculty. How many midterms? So this is I have covered. And the second thing, before conducting a midterm, approximately 1 or 2 weeks in advance, they used to tell you the format, like how many questions will be there, what will be the time you will be given to appear for the midterms, and the question format, because question format is very important, guys, you know. So the question format will also will be provided, like how many MCQs will be there, how many short questions will be there, how many medium size question will be there. These all things will be provided by the faculty before you appear for exam. And one more thing, you will also be given a demo practice test that is almost similar to the midterms that you will gonna face. So before a week you will be able to practice on those practice tests. So you will have an approximately good idea like how it will gonna be. So you need not to panic about the exams, like how it will be on portal. So you will have idea regarding the format, and you will also have the idea, and also you will be able to assess your time management, whether you are able to complete on time or not. And believe me, guys, they are giving sufficient time to us to complete the midterms, and the scores and everything is decided by the faculty. And they will also tell you like this midterm will be for 60 marks, and the weightage of this midterm will be this much to the your total grades, right? Faculties will discuss the format, and most probably you will be appearing for midterm on Pearson. What is Pearson and how Pearson works, I have already covered in my previous video. So if you haven't seen my previous video, just watch that video. And while appearing for midterm, you will have access to your books. So it is nothing like your screen will get blocked and everything. You cannot shift your screen. So you can also refer to your books while appearing for exam. So if you have covered for example, like if you have 50 questions and you are clear, you have already completed 40 questions and you have confusions in 5 or 10 questions, then if you have got time, then you can also refer your books. So that option is also available to cover approximately 5 to 10% of your syllabus, right? So actually I have prepared a list, so I am trying to cover all the points so that it will be helpful for you, and I should not leave a single point that I wanted to discuss in this video. So I just keep on watching my notes, like whether in anything is pending or not. So the timing, right? So the midterms time will be at your classes, like on what time you are attending your lectures. At the same time they used to conduct the midterms. The reason behind it, because most of the students are working part-time or full-time according to their eligibility. So they're trying to keep their timings as classes timings, because students have already managed those times for lectures. So you need to know, you need not to plan for separate timings for a midterm exam. So midterm exams will also be conducted on your class timings, and that I also face the same thing. So that is fine. So there would not be any issue regarding the time. And midterms will be conducted on Pearson, and you will get the results promptly. And there is also a facility to review the answers. So Pearson website also provides the facility to review your answers. You will if you have appeared for 50 questions and if 40 got wrong and you get 80% score, right? So there will be option after submitting your midterm exam. You will be given you will be able to assess and learn from those mistakes, and you can improve in your final exams. So, and I think that's it. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just subscribe it, because it is very important, guys. And I will try to cover each and everything before you plan for your online classes, because I believe like the colleges will gonna give almost time up to August to decide for the online classes. And if you are not feeling comfortable, then you can also shift your midterm to shift your classes to next semester. So in this 3 series of videos, I have tried to cover all the aspects of from regarding exams, regarding the platform, regarding how we can conduct the exam, how we can go for online classes, and how the queries are getting sorted. And in my upcoming videos that I will be planning in next week, maybe 2 or 3 days after, I will try to cover the Pearson website and how to enroll for it. And there is also one facility that Pearson provides, like you will get access to Pearson website for initial 15 days for free of cost. So how to deal with the Pearson, and before going for online classes, you will be able to log into the website and check the things in a very before you appear for before you decide to go for online classes or not. I hope this video is helpful for you guys, and if I have left some topics, just comment in the description box. Just comment in the comment box, or you can also connect with on Instagram or Facebook. I have provided my IDs in the description box. And one more thing, the connection is very important. So in my last video, I have created an initiative so that you guys can connect with your college mates, because it is very important. So many of you have participated in that, so very thankful for that. You guys are taking initiative, and believe me guys, this will gonna help you in a very big way, because it is not important like your friend is gonna be on the same course, because if you got your friend from your same college, that will also be very beneficial, because the structure of a college will maybe a little bit differ from college to college, right? So it is also important to discuss their structure, because you may not be able to connect on a real time basis to the faculties and the college because of the timing difference, because the Canadian timings are almost 10 to 12 hours behind the Indian timings, and if you are staying in Pakistan, then the same thing will happen. So I would like to share my experience. So it is until today it is not that bad, everything is going smoothly, but I would like to share that it is not like it is the system is not like an Indian system. Indian system is that if you study for last 1 month, you will be able to clear with good grades, but the Canadian system requires you to study on a regular basis. You will have to study daily, or maybe or if you do not have time to, then you will have to definitely spend some time, spend almost 10 to 15 hours for a self study on weekends, right? So if you are working in India full time, and if you are getting a week off like Saturday and Sunday, then you will be able to manage, because if you are planning for 3 or 4 course in a week, 3 or 4 course for a semester, so there will be almost 9 to 15 hours of lecture in a week, and you will have to study for at least 10 to 12 hours depending on the course. But I believe most of the course have the first semester that is quite familiar, we are already familiar with, and it is almost the basic things. So just plan your studies, according to that, and just go through all the syllabus, all the chapters that is mentioned in your curriculum before choosing for any course. And one more thing, like why we should go for the online classes. It is not that much fruitful as compared to the in-house classes in college, because there are many things that we are missing here. Like the main thing is the network. If we go there and attend classes, we will be able to meet many friends, many faculties, and we will be able to meet various persons from different industries as well. That will gonna help to a great extent to plan our career, but these things are not will not be possible through online classes. And this is specifically the matter of time. If 4 months is crucial for you, if you want to get the work permit 4 months before, if you want to get eligible for the PR application 4 months before, so it is a matter of time. And if you have 2 years class, 2 years course, then you should definitely go for the online classes, because it will gonna save you a lot of time and money. Because one more thing, like you will be able to familiar yourself with the Canadian studies. So once you arrive there, you need not to worry about how the classes will work, and how the assignments will work, and midterms and everything. From in India, from your comfort of your house, you will get all the crux from the Canadian education system. So after you arrive there, it will not be very hard for you to get settled with the part-time jobs and to midterms and everything. So it will be quite easy for you to get settled after you complete 1 semester from India. I hope this video will gonna helpful for you guys. I have tried to cover as many aspects as I can, and if you have any query, you can reach out to me. I used to reply to each and every queries as many as times they are gonna keep on asking. So thank you very very much guys, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, just subscribe it, because this will gonna help you to a great extent before you start your online classes. And thank you for watching this video. Okay, bye bye.